Hi guys, Josh from TT101. Today I wanted to show you guys my first AR15 build. Now everything you see here, aside from my Magpul flip-up sight, my Anderson strip lower receiver, and my Magpul PMag, came in a complete build kit from Palmetto State Armory. Now what that entailed was a complete upper, so the whole upper came in fully assembled, which I found to be really nice, so I just had to slap it onto the lower when I finished building out the lower, which really wasn't that bad at all. I did run into two problem areas, and I'm going to discuss those in a moment, but as far as why I went with this kit, the price point was amazing. I had this whole kit shipped to my house for $407. I was like, holy cow, that's a good deal if you ask me. And what was the biggest selling points, aside from the Magpul accessories, it is running a mid-length gas system along with a heavy buffer. And that is just going to really make for soft shooting with less recoil, and I really like that a lot. It also incorporates a 1-in-7 twist barrel that is chambered in 5.56, so it'll also shoot your 2.23. And it being a 1-in-7, that's a pretty versatile barrel twist, so it'll be able to handle a wide variety of different bullet weights, which I found to be really nice. All in all, it was just a really easy build. I only needed help one time from another individual. He happens to be a coworker of mine because, as I'll get into right now, actually I'll show you guys this one first. The front receiver pin, there is a spring that rides inside of this right here. You can actually see through the little hole on the side of the receiver that there's a spring inside there. There's also a detent. That's what allows the pin to be held in place. And if you can hear that click, that's the pin actually being forced into, the detent being forced into the pin. There's a tiny hole in the pin where it sits in. Now, I had to use a razor blade to push back this tiny piece of metal, which is that detent, as I was saying a moment ago, and then have my coworker of mine push in this receiver pin. And I was freaking out because I didn't want anything to fly away, and I'd have to buy just one tiny little part. But it ended up working out just fine. I did have it fly out once, but it happened to go like straight into my box that I was working in, so it worked out just fine. Now, the other problem area that I had was on the bolt catch. Now, this guy was probably the biggest pain in the butt out of the whole entire build. Now, what made it a lot easier is I put it actually into a vise block. I had this in my vise block with a ProMag vise block set. It came with everything you needed. Even if you had to switch out your front flash hider, flash suppressor, whatever you want to call it. Now, I used the Wheeler punch set to actually install the punch that is used for the bolt catch. And that really made a huge difference. It has a starter punch, and then it has the punch to complete as far as punching it all the way through goes. Now, if you wanted to check out that punch set, I'll put that in the description of this video if you wanted to check that out. It's a link through Amazon. Also, when I did this, I didn't scratch anything on the lower receiver, which I found to be really awesome. A lot of guys, they talk about taping it up all this and everything like that. With that Wheeler punch set, I didn't even have to tape them whatsoever because on the punches themselves, they actually have a rubberized coating, so that mitigated all scratching, and I really took my time as I was doing this. I didn't want to scratch anything, so it did take me about 2 hours to complete the build, but I was very meticulous with everything, and I didn't want to scratch on it, which in the end, I didn't have a single scratch on it, so I was very pleased with that. Now, I went with an Anderson strip lower receiver that we happen to sell at my place of business. I work at the Big R in Homer Glen, Illinois, and we have these for $59.99. Now, this one was the only laser engraved one that we've ever had. It actually has "Don't Tread on Me" on the side of it. At the end of this video, I'll do a close-up video of the whole entire setup as you see it here, but I thought that was kind of a nice touch because Palmetto, this is their Freedom barrel. It has Freedom on the barrel, so I was like, man, this would be a great lower receiver to use for this build. So all in all, guys, it really wasn't bad at all to do this complete build. If you were really thinking about doing your first build, I only have $505 into this whole setup, and I would definitely give you a giant okay to go ahead and try it out because it really is worth it. And if you're really on a budget, $505 for a pretty sweet setup like this is not bad at all, if you ask me. So yeah, I think that's enough rambling today for you guys. If you guys wanted to check out me shooting this gun in a video, I'm probably going to be shooting it this upcoming Sunday. We'll see how everything pans out, but yeah. So that's going to end it today, guys. Don't forget to look in the description of this video for all the goodies I talked about, and you guys stay tuned for more interesting videos.